Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Vande Guru Paramparam. यस्यान्तानादिमध्यं नहि करचरणं नाम गोत्रं न सूत्रं नो जातिर्नैव वर्णानुभवति पुरुषो नानपुंसं न च स्त्रीनाकारं नाविकारं न हि जननमरणं नास्ति पुण्यं न पापं नो तत्त्वं तत्त्वमेकं सहजसमरसं सद्गुरुं त्वं नमामि सद्गुरुं त्वं नमामि. सनातन धर्म Shankaracharya and all my gurus, I offer my namaskaras. I welcome you all to this Ananda Shankara English lecture. So, we have taken the topic Prakarana Grantha. We have taken a Prakarana Grantha called Sadhana Chatushtaya. Shankaracharya has written a lot of Prakarana Granthas, very small one to the large ones also. Upadesha Sahasri, Sarva Vedanta Sara Sangraha, like that, a very big, more than 2000, 3000 shlokas are there. Very big, this one is also there. So these are all Prakarana Granthas. Bhashya Granthas are Bhagavad Gita directly translated. Bhashya Granthas are translations for Upanishads, Brahma Sutra, Ashtanga Yoga, and also Vishnu Sahasranama, and so many other things he has written. That is a running commentary of the Upanishads, 10 Upanishads. Whereas Prakarana Granthas are small texts containing the Vedanta concentration, and it is entry level book for Adhyatma. Because directly you cannot read Upanishad and understand. Directly you cannot read so many. Bhagavad Gita also, in order to understand, you should go through the Prakarana Grantha. Then only you can understand the Bhagavad Gita. So Adhyatma knowledge should be there before entering into the Adhyatma studies. Adhyatma knowledge has to be initially should be heard by a guru, and then slowly we have to start Swadhyaya, and then also continue to listen to the guru or work with the guru, and then attain moksha. So that is what the possibilities are in the Vedanta text. It says Vedanta is the oldest Darshana Shastra, and that is the one everybody is following across the human this one. Whereas earlier there are other 6 Darshana Shastras. So this is more popular and more complete. So some of the other Shastras, Darshana Shastras, half complete or some doubts are there. So in order to clear doubt, some other Shastras also has come into. So all this Darshana Shastra, Vedanta Darshana Shastra, Uttaramimamsa, 2 names are there for this. So Uttaramimamsa only we are talking, and Vedanta Darshana Shastra only I am also referring always. So it takes us to Atma Jnana and Jnana Marga. So with this we can try to work and make sadhanas and work for liberation. So in that process, I have started introducing Vedanta. About some 15 classes I have made a Vedanta introduction. What are our scriptures? What is Shat Pramanas? What is Shat Darshanas? And what is Ashrama Dharma, Varna Dharma? And so many things I have started. After introduction, I started, you have to know how to do the sadhana. So how to practice Vedanta. For that, I started 2 important texts. One is Ashtanga Yoga, Patanjali's Ashtanga Yoga. In that, out of 8 steps, I have already completed 5 steps. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara. So now I have to take to Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. So before taking Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi, some more information in Vedanta, some more sadhana methodologies are required. For that purpose only, I have taken this Sadhana Chatushtaya. It is very, very famous in the Vedanta classes and Vedanta grounds. It is very famous. So, and these are the sadhanas has to be done in order to attain. So, Sadhana Chatushtaya is around, it's in the prose form. It is having around 15 lines, very short lines. So it contains a lot of sadhana and which we need to apply and learn and make sadhana to go to the liberation mode. So now we will get into the Sadhana Chatushtaya. Sadhana Chatushtaya has got a Mangalacharana Shloka. Mangalacharana Shloka goes like this. Vasudevendra Yogindram Natva Jnana Pradam Gurum Mumukshunam Hitarthaya Tatvabodho Bhidiyate. Tatvabodho Bhidiyate. Whoever wants moksha, for them, this is the Tattva Jnana. Tattva Viveka I am also explaining. That is what Shankaracharya says. So what is Tattva Jnana in this is Sadhana Chatushtaya. Sadhana Chatushtaya, we'll see these 14 lines. Sadhana Chatushtayam kim Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampannadhikarinam Moksha Sadhana Bhutam Tattva Viveka Prakaram Vakshamaha. Sadhana Chatushtayam kim Nitya Nitya Vastu Vivekaha Ihamutrartha Palabhoga Viragaha Shamadhi Shatka Sampatthi Mumukshutvam Cheti Nitya Nitya Vastu Vivekah Kaha Nitya Vastvekam Brahma Tadvyatiriktam Sarvamanityam Ayamiva Nitya Nitya Vastu Vivekaha. Up to this we have seen. Now today we are going to see Vairagya Kaha Iha Swarga Bhogeshu Ichcharahityam Shamadhi Sadhana Sampatthi Ka Shamo Dama uparama Titiksha shraddha Samadhana Chaiti Shamah Kaha Mano Nigraha Damah Kaha Chakshuradi Vakyendriya Nigraha uparamah kaha, swadharmanushthanameva, titiksha ka, shitoshna sukha dukkhadi sahishnutvam, shraddha kidrushi, guru vedanta vakyadishu vishwasa shraddha, samadhanam kim, moksho me bhuyat iti ichha, etat sadhana chatushtayam, tattva sattva vivekasyadhikarino bhavantu. Nitya anitya vastu viveka. What is permanent and what is impermanent? And most of our struggles are, we are working to get impermanent things, temporary things. And this temporary things has to give us permanent happiness. That is our expectation. So that's why we are getting into frustration and all these things. So the Viveka, we have to understand what is permanent and what is impermanent. So impermanent things, if you chase, you get only impermanent happiness, not a permanent happiness. When you chase a permanent thing, you will get permanent happiness. So that is what Nitya Anitya Vastu Vivekaha. So that is what they say. Now Viragah Kaha. So Viragah Kaha. What is meaning of Vairagya, or what is the Viraga? Viraga is the word is Viraga. It is there. Raga is like. Viraga is like alone cannot be there. Whatever you are liking, so there are some things you don't like. So likes and dislikes both are there. So Viraga means we have to come out of these likes and dislikes. So likes and dislikes is the major problem for us. We have to grow beyond likes and dislikes. So that is what Viraga. So Vairagya, what we have understood, normal says you have to leave your family, leave husband, leave wife, and go to Himalaya and all Vairagya. That is what only sannyasis can do. That is what and all it is there. It is only a misconception. It is not like. So, whereas Grihastha people, only 99% plus people are there. Sannyasis are only 1%. In the ancient Rishis, everybody is married only. Gautama, Vasishtha, everybody is married. And both the Rishi Patni, both they were doing for moksha, jnana and all. So they are not running away from the family. They are not running away from the society. So with living in the society, living in the family, you have to practice this Vairagya, Viraga. Viraga, we have to understand proper notation. So in this text, Shankaracharya has given two statements. One is, what is Viragaha? For that he says, Iha mutrartha palavoga viragaha. So Viraga is one statement he is giving, Iha mutrartha palavoga viragaha. So another statement he is taking is, Iha swarga bhogeshu icharahityam. There are totally two statements only in Sadhana Chatushtaya to understand what is Viraga, what is Vairagya. So anyway, we'll first go through the statements and then try to understand the deep meaning, intricate meaning, and which is not able to understand. Obviously, we cannot able to understand, but if we carefully analyze in the Vedantic terms, and then you will realize what is dispassion. Dispassion or non-attachment is called Vairagya. Vairagya has to be understood in a proper sense. So first we will go through two statements what Shankaracharya has done. Further analysis of the Vairagya I will take up after the statement, whatever he has quoted. We'll understand those two statements and then we get into deep analysis of the word viraga, how to understand viraga. So I will take you very important, and we all our conception on Vairagya is not at all good. The Vairagya as per Vedanta, how it says, I am going to tell you. Very important thing you have to understand. So when you understand this, you also try to, definitely you will get understanding of Vairagya, and then you will work towards making Vairagya, because it gives you happiness. Now if I say Vairagya, everybody is afraid of. They may run away from Vairagya. When you understand today's class properly, you run into Vairagya. So you don't run away from Vairagya, you are running into Vairagya because you like this subject, you like the way what Vedanta is talking about Vairagya. So otherwise all the Vairagya thought processes are here and say by the people. I go to Kashi, I leave brinjal, drumstick. So this is called Vairagya. So I run away because I cannot manage my family, troubles, and all those things. I run away to Himalaya or Ganges or Rishikesha. So they call it as Vairagya. So don't look into family at all. You be yourself only in the house. That is called Vairagya as per the understanding what we are having. But this is not Vairagya. Vairagya is separate, and we have to understand in the Vedantic literature how it is telling. And once you understand the significance of Vairagya, and once you understand how beautifully the Vairagya has been carved, so you are able to appreciate, and you will start practicing from now itself the Vairagya. So you will get so much liking towards Vairagya, and you start walking towards Vairagya from today itself. So let us go through that. So in general terms, we have Vairagya. There are three types of popular Vairagya word is associated with. The one Vairagya is called as Prasava Vairagya. The another Vairagya is called as Smashana Vairagya. The another Vairagya is called as Abhava Vairagya. These three major Vairagyas are there. There are a lot of other Vairagyas are there, but these three are famous in Vairagya. So let us take Prasava Vairagya. The Prasava Vairagya means whenever you are having difficulty, at that time you don't want that. So you want to run away from that. So for example, it is Prasava is mentioned because the difficulty of the delivery is very difficult. So at that time, the lady or the mother thinks that I don't want to have the next child because the pain is so high. I don't want to. So the moment she is hearing the baby sound, so she will be thinking how beautiful baby is there. Children should be there. So like that, immediately last minute she was having a Vairagya. I don't want to have baby. Now you are telling, the same lady is telling, yeah, babies are required, very happy. How much happiness we get, like that. So it was only temporary phase of aversion because I cannot withstand the pain. So a lot of pain is there, exam pain is there, and maybe interview pain is there. I who mind this interview? If I get a job, if I pass the exam, I don't want to go to any other new exams. But you may say, but you have to undergo new exams and new interviews. You have to go. So no doubt it is difficult to face, but still you have to go. So temporarily I start going away from that task. The task, going away from the task, is called Prasava Vairagya. Only when I have a deep pain, I don't want to attend that task. I don't want such a task to be done in my life. So that is what the pratigna I will do. So after everything eases out, again I start doing the same thing. So that is called Prasava Vairagya. The Abhava Vairagya is there. The Abhava Vairagya is Bangalore, I cannot make a house. So very difficult. The cost of real estate is very high and I can't make a house. Then I will say Bangalore is not a good city. Traffic jam is there. I don't want to be in Bangalore. There are still cheaper things are available in somewhere else in the other metropolitan cities. So there, that city is better, this city is better, and everything I will say. And after some point of time, when I am this possibility comes of buying a house, then you start liking it because you are not able to afford something, and because you are not able to achieve something, you say it is not required. So that is abhava. Abhava Vairagya, everybody goes through this phase. Prasava Vairagya, when difficulty comes, I don't want that. Abhava means when a shortage is there, I am not able to fulfill that shortage. Then also I say Abhava Vairagya means I don't want that. So that is the second type of Vairagya. Another Vairagya is, these are all temporary Vairagyas. But another Vairagya is Smashana Vairagya. In the burial ground or the crematorium, when you go, when you are seeing your relatives and others, the dead body, we feel frustrated. So what is there in life? Everything is temporary. So why we should struggle in the world? From tomorrow I don't want to struggle. All the words we talk. So this is only in Smashana, only in the burial ground, only in the cremation ground. So once you come home and take bath, then you start working towards regular activities. I want to make house, I want car, I want office promotion, I want to get noticed, all the things I will do. So this is another type of Vairagya, is Smashana Vairagya. Temporarily I don't want it because I feel frustrated. After that again I chase. So normally these three types of Vairagya we will be working towards. But these are all temporarily, again repeatedly we are going. Some time we stop and again we restart to go and chase that. So again and again we get the same Vairagya thought process. Marriage is difficult, I should have not married. So let me come away from the marriage. All these things can happen. So these are all Abhava Vairagya, Smashana Vairagya or Prasava Vairagya. This will not give us happiness. These types of Vairagya will not give us happiness. Temporarily, I will be a high stress will be there. After that, again, I will be used to that stress. I start attempting the same mistakes. Again and again, I get into different varieties of mistakes. So, now what Vedanta says is, a Vairagya has to develop through Viveka. Viveka means discrimination. The mind should be so intelligent and it should weigh pros and cons, everything. And then you start liking Vairagya. So, because Viveka tells you Vairagya is not bad. Vairagya is the very essential thing to be happy. So when the Viveka, the mind understands, that intellect understands, then Viveka is born. From Viveka, the Vairagya is born. So that is called Viveka Janya Vairagya. So that Vairagya is useful. We have to understand this Vairagya. So for this, Shankaracharya has given two things. Normally we have two types of statements. He has done two statements. One is Iha Mutrartha Palabhoga Viragaha. Iha Mutrartha Palabhoga Viragaha. This word contains two things. Iha Artha, Mutrartha Artha. That means Iha Artha is the present happiness, the current happiness. So immediate happiness. So my mind, my life is always chasing the current happiness, immediate happiness. Always I chase happiness, but I am chasing happiness, but I only go and get work, things and people and name, fame and all. But behind acquiring a car, bungalow, house, people, function and everything, why you are going to buy a car? Buying a car gives you happiness. That's why you are buying a car. So that means iha mutrartha, iha artha, mutrartha artha. Mutrartha artha is, suppose you want jamun, immediately you can go and eat it. Immediate it is there. Immediate you get it. So your desire is fulfilled immediately. There are certain desires are there that needs a gestation time. For example, you want to construct a house. It takes maybe 3, 4 years, 5 years. Project planning has to be done. You want to have a kid and then you have to grow the kid. So it takes around 20, 25 years to make a child to stand on its own leg and all those things. So it's some of the things are long range goal is there. Some of the things are short range goals are there. Some are medium term goals are there. So I want to buy a car, a medium term goal. I want to buy a house. It may be a long term goal. So like that, medium term, long term, everything will be the short term. So iha mutrartha means iha artha mutrartha artha. So we always work towards two things. One is immediate pleasure, immediate happiness, and also a postponed happiness. Maybe after I get a house, I will be happy. The future happiness also I am chasing. The current happiness also I am chasing. Ihamutrartha palabhoga viraga. Palabhoga ihamutrartha. Ihartha palamutrartha. That means present and future pleasures I am chasing. So after chasing the pleasure, I get a result. I may succeed in getting that. That is phala. Bhoga means enjoying it. So viragaha is you have to come out of that. Viragaha. So you should not so much depend on this present pleasure and the future pleasure. So you have to think for a permanent pleasure. You have to fix your mind to the permanent pleasure. Don't go only to this temporary pleasure. That is what it is saying. So ihamutrartha palabhoga viragaha is meaning that. So that last class we have seen that. Now in this class he is talking about iha swarga bhogeshu ichcha rahityam. So iha swarga bhogeshu. So we have another type of desire we are chasing. What is that another type of desire? We have to go to Swarga Loka. We have to go to heaven. Some concept somebody has put in our mind. Where is heaven? Anybody can show? There is no heaven. Here only the mind can create heaven. Here only mind can create hell also. Our mind is responsible to create hell and heaven. So there is no heaven externally, it is not available. Vedanta and Purana and all somewhere it says, because in order to bring the people into the Vedanta fold and into bring into good samskara, so people will say, or Vedanta, Purana and all say, God, you have to pray and all do lot of good samskara, good karma, and then you will get a Swarga and all those things. It is just like an attraction. You pass exam beautifully, I will get you the cycle. For the child we are telling, no? Same way, you please come to good samskara. Don't become Rakshasa. You become human being. So when you become human being, you will get heaven. So when you are in Rakshasa, you will get hell. All those things is stories. The stories we believe, and in this belief story, we work for the heaven. Iha Swarga Bhogeshu Icharahityam. Iha means here. I work for all the pleasure here. Here means in this world before death. And after death also I have a desire. I want to go to Swarga Loka. Iha Swarga Bhogeshu Icharahityam. So that means here pleasure, here and now pleasure. And also the postponed pleasure. Postponed pleasure, earlier in the last sentence I said is, in this life only, after 10 years, after 15 years, I used to get, that is a future pleasure. So this one is heaven pleasure, heaven. So the heaven desire is after death desire. So that means we work for three types of desire. One is immediate happiness, immediate desire I want. Jamun eating, coffee drinking. Immediately I feel happy. The second one is time bound. Maybe 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, like that I wait and then complete that project. After completing the project, I get happiness. So that is the second type of that. When these two things are while living, I am doing it. But I have a third type. That is, my expectations and my desire is to get the Swarga after death, not while living. After death, I will get Swarga. This is my imagination. And this is how the Puranas and all have said. So I also believed that. But Vedanta and Jnanamarga says there is no heaven there, or your mind when it is enlightened. This world itself is heaven. When it is not enlightened, this world itself is hell. So my mind can create in any given situation. It can create a hell also. It can create a heaven also. With lot of planning, husband and wife may plan a Simla trip or a Darjeeling or Kashmir trip for 1 week, and they go there, and for small reason they start fighting because you are on the heaven. That is, Kashmira is the heaven on the earth. The people say the beauty and all these things, like a mini Switzerland. So when you go there, when you start pick up, when you are enjoying there 1 or 2 days, you are enjoying. That means your mind is enjoying. It is experiencing the heaven there. When both of you quarrel together, what happens? The same Kashmira looks like a hell. When should I go back to my house? So both of you may cut short your 1 week journey, and you will say, I will go home in 3 days only, come back. So that means in the heaven what you believed, it is not the place, it is not the time, it is not a thing. So the happiness is not available in a place, in a thing, in time. Today I will be happy, tomorrow I will be happy. The time-bound happiness also is not there. And not in the people, not in the name and fame. So it is only available inside your mind. If your mind feels, you can be happy immediately and you can create heaven. If your mind is unhappy in the same place, it can create hell also. So that means hell and heaven here only is there. That is the mind, how it behaves, how it perceives. Accordingly, the happiness, heaven and hell is understood. So, Iha Swarga Bhogeshu Icharahityam, it says is Iha Swarga Bhogeshu. Here, the present and the before death, in this life pleasure, and after death, heaven pleasure you are chasing, both are temporary. Even in the heaven also, if at all there is heaven, if you go to heaven also, after the punya, whatever you have done, everything is diminished. Then again you are pushed back to the bhuloka, according to Purana. So that means it is a long-term holiday in heaven. That's all. Even if you believe heaven is there, it is a long-term holiday. Whereas a short-term holiday, because you have to go to job, so you will be applying 1 month holiday and taking an international tour and coming back. Whereas heaven may be a little longer, maybe 1 year, 2 years, maybe there. In that you are enjoying heaven. After your punya, whatever you have done is completed, you are again sent back to Bhuloka. Here only you have to live. That means even if you believe heaven, this is what happens. It is not permanent. Heaven is not permanent. So the present pleasure is also not permanent. So Vedanta says is Iha Swarga Bhogeshu Icharahityam. So why are you fixing your goal on a temporary thing? So you have to get a permanent happiness where it is there. Towards that you have to fix a goal. Don't fix the goal to temporary happiness. Including heaven is a temporary happiness. So that is what says. So we have to, now we will get into the details of analyzing. Very beautifully it is mentioned in Vedanta. So I am going to, very simplified way, I am going to explain on how Viraga, Vairagya and all these things has to be understood. Because this is a very important topic. If we don't understand, it becomes confusion and we don't work for the Vairagya. We will be getting into this Vedanta, what the way it is explained Vairagya. All the Vairagya concept, whatever we are having, we are not read anything. Somebody said Vairagya is this, running away from the family is Vairagya, running away from dislike thing is Vairagya. It is not like that. Let us understand. So what is Vairagya? We will understand what is Vairagya and what is dispassion and what is the happiness. So understand happiness also. We have to understand. So when we understand happiness, we will also be able to understand happiness does not come from things, people, time or whatever is there. It is not coming from the people, not coming from the things, not coming from the place, nothing. It comes from the, so that also we will be able to understand that. Happiness means, after understanding this Vedanta, happiness means freedom from desire. So what type of desire we will be understanding. So what is the qualification required to understand Vairagya? So a good Viveka is required. So if you have understood Viveka very well, and you can able to understand Vairagya also very well, and then you start practicing Vairagya voluntarily. Nobody is able to push you. You like Vairagya so much, you get into Vairagya. So when you do this, the benefit is your mind is tranquil, always happy, Nemmadi is there. Vairagya, Vedanta says, Vairagya is a state of mind. The Vairagya word comes from Viragaha. Viragaha is Raga, there is a word is there. Raga meaning is like. When they say like, it is always like and dislike. Raga, Dvesha is there. So there are two together words are there. Raga, Dvesha is likes and dislikes are there. Viraga is a state when I don't have too much of liking and not too much of disliking. Both are not there. I am slowly getting into Viraga. That is, Viraga means I am going against Raga. Viraga. So against means I am going in the opposite directions of the Raga. So that is, I am coming out of attachment. I am slowly detaching from the regular affairs. Viraga is called dispassion. I don't have passionate on something. Now I have too much passion on certain things. When you understand Viveka, you will be able to withdraw, and that is called dispassion. So earlier you had passion. Now after Viveka, when you understood Vairagya, you are going to withdraw from that passion. So that is called Viraga, dispassion. It is called non-attachment. It is freedom from passion. So many definitions we have to understand. So that is Viragaha means freedom from attachment. So what happens? We without attachment, without like and dislike, we don't know how to live also. So when you have a raga attachment, you will create love. Liking is there. Because liking is there, only you are going to acquire things or you are making friendship with that people. If you dislike, you don't make friendship. You don't love them. You don't like to get a thing which you don't like. So that means first raga means liking. Liking gives you happiness because that temporary joy it is getting. Because of that, you are going to chase people, things, and places. All your relations and possessions, because of likes, you are doing it. And when you have a like alone, you cannot have. There is a dislike also in your mind, which you are not analyzed. For every like, there is always a dislike is there. Because liking and disliking is on the same straight line, it is there. So the starting point is zero. The balanced mind does not like or dislike. So when you start going towards plus 1, plus 10, plus 100, you are going to get more and more likings, more and more things you are going to do. So what happens? This side, more liking is there and you are going to chase these articles. It gives you no doubt a temporary pleasure. Jamun, immediate pleasure is there. House may be 1 year pleasure. Wife may be, children, family and all may be a temporary pleasure. Maybe they're not a permanent pleasure. It's not there in that. So when you start liking something, after usage of those things, you start disliking also. Just like a toy, when it is given to the boy, so 1 hour, 2 hour he will play, and then maybe 1 or 2 days, if somebody touches the toy, the baby will cry. It is my toy, and everything will say. After some point of time, it starts disliking the same thing, the same toy. Now today somebody picks up the toy, it will not cry. After some time, if you ask the toy, it will give, I don't want it, you take this toy. What happened? My mind only, a small child mind only. It is attached towards a toy and slowly it gets detached and all the pleasure has vanished. Now it doesn't like. So earlier it is liked and now it starts disliking it. The same toy become old, same toy is not interested, you start disliking it. That means whenever you start liking something, you should get ready. One day or the other you are going to dislike also. Dislike and like is a package. It is combo package always is there. So likes and dislikes. So that means no, I don't like dislike. I don't get into dislike. I am not going and getting dislike. But you are not going and getting dislike. You make a friendship. The friendship will be there as long as both the egos are protected. If somebody hurts your ego or you hurt his ego, opposite person's ego, your friendship has gone out. Initially it was through like you have come together. Now there is a aversion. I don't want to see you because you have hurt me. So dislike has come. Earlier package you thought only like has come. Now you immediately you notice that there is a dislike is also in that. So whenever you travel towards one side, you have to come back to the other side. It is going to be there. So always when you like, there is always a dislike pull also is there. It is just like the pendulum. Pendulum, when it goes there, it cannot stay at that point. It has to come back to the opposite direction like this. It has to go like that and come back. So similarly, when you go towards like, in unknowingly you are going to come back to the dislike also. So whenever go to like, you may feel happy. Whenever you come to dislike, you feel unhappy. That means like a pendulum, your mind is oscillating between happiness and unhappiness throughout your life. So today I have ABCD, 4 items are liking. Tomorrow you have another ABCD, XYZ, another 3 items liking. So when you get the XYZ, now ABCD is lost interest. So ABCD has become dislike. So that means yesterday's interest, yesterday's like has become today dislike. My mind only behaves like that. So that means I am chasing, this is what I am feeling life. So chasing my desire, fulfilling my desires is life. So that's why without understanding the likes and dislikes, how it happens, so I am chasing all the things. Even the marriage also, I want a wife, so I want a husband, and we get into marriage, love marriage or arranged marriage or whatever may be there. After some point of 1 year, 2 year, slowly mutual respect comes down. So thereby what happens, likes and dislikes starts coming. Earlier you are wholly accepting the wife, wholly accepting the husband, all with all his defects. There is a defect is there, you are not able to focus on the defect. You are able to focus on the goodness of each person. So after some point of time, so when mutual respect comes down, so you are starting focusing on the defects of the person, not the good things. So when you focus more and more defects on the person, there is no love, there is no affection. Simply compulsorily, because if you divorce, you have to give compensation, you are staying together. So what happened to your liking? Why it has become dislike? You are not understood. So the like and dislike is just like a pendulum. You cannot stop somewhere. It is not possible. So in order to stop like and dislike, you have to have Viveka. Viveka, once you understand the thing in a right perspective, then you will understand. So for that purpose, first Viveka has said in this Sadhana Chatushtaya, then only Vairagya they have said. Otherwise, first only Vairagya would have been discussed. So every like has got an aversion. Aversion is there also there. Attachment also is there. Attraction, distraction. Attraction, detraction. Our aversion, attraction, aversion also we can call it also. Aversion and attraction are together, it comes. It is a together package, combo package. Can you get a coin with one side? Not possible. Coin comes with two sides, head and tail. So I want only one side of the coin. If it is your expectation, are you able to get one side coin? Not possible. That is our only futile expectation. You are expecting one side coin in your life. That means you always want to be happy. You always want liked things around you. You work for liked things only. But ultimately all the liked things slowly it becomes disliked thing also. Because it has got a shelf life. So after the shelf life is over, a relationship or anything, possession, till you get a degree, a rank holder, so you are appreciating your certificate, rank certificate and all. Once you get a good job, your certificate is over and you keep it somewhere in the box. After 10 years, if somebody asks the certificates, you will be searching for that certificate, where I have kept, forgotten, and not. So like that. So till I get the rank, I have been working, struggling and liking so much. Slowly, the importance of that has come down. And at some point of time, you don't have job also. Your job also has gone. You are not able to get the new job also. Then the same certificate also is, you start disliking. What is the use of this? So what is the waste? I am not getting a job. See, somebody else is getting easily job. I am not getting this job. So you start disliking it. Initially you started liking and approached, and now you started disliking. You are not directly going and acquiring dislike. You have a disliked person is there. You are not going to hug him and say, I dislike you. No, you are not saying that. So you like everything first, but all the liked things will become disliked. So what happens? The happiness diminishes. My happiness is not permanent. It is all temporary happiness. Everything is temporary. Temporarily I enjoy. Permanently I am, because more and more things what I acquired is becoming more and more disliked. And the new things getting is becoming less and less. New things acquirement is becoming less and less. So what happens? I have the baggage of old things more. The old thing I start disliking, then my unhappiness is increasing and happiness is decreasing. That's why when we want happiness, we want new people, we want new things, new items, so that it will make us happy, because like that we are chasing. So this is what likes and dislikes. You have to work for that. Likes and dislike is like a tug of war. So you have a tug of war. Here 10 people, here 10 people. There is a red cloth is tied in the center and the line is drawn. And here you have to pull and here you have to pull. Whoever pulls all these 10 people this side, those people will win. That is tug of war in the mind is also happening between likes and dislike. So likes is pulling this side, dislike is pulling this side. This tug of war continuously when it is happening, there is no rest to the mind. So dislikes also is disturbing you, likes also is disturbing you, both is disturbing. Like is disturbing you because you want to acquire for that. In order to acquire, you have to struggle for that. You have to achieve money or you have to work physically. And all these things you have to struggle in life. So much things are there in order to get your like. So dislike is also is a struggle because you want to go away. You want to run away from dislike. For that also you are spending energy. So you don't want to remember that person. So that incident. So that means you are struggling hard to forget that person. So your mind is struggling there also, struggling here also. Then when are you enjoying your life? So you are not able to enjoy your life. You are always struggle mode only. Struggle for getting new things, struggle for forgetting the old things. Worry or fear. These two things only is taking toll of your life. Either you are worrying of the past or fearing for the future. Fearing for the future means you want something you want to acquire. You have a fear whether I get it or not get it. The moment somebody said Bangalore, this house is 3 crore rupees. Okay, next year I will make 3 crores and buy. The moment you buy 3 crores, make 3 crores arrangement, the house cost has gone to 4 crores. Now also not available. There is always a continuous fear is there. And suppose you buy a house also. So you will feel that this legal aspect of the house is okay or not. House construction is okay or not. Pillars are not properly put or not. All the fear, all the likes comes with fear. There is some amount of certain fear is there. So first to acquire also you are struggling. And when you are maintaining, why you are maintaining? Because of fear. It will get destroyed. My relationship will get destroyed. So in order to protect the like from the destruction, also you are struggling. There are so many struggles I am doing. One is to acquire struggle. Another one is to maintain struggle. Another one is to forget also struggle. So worrying struggle, fear struggle, maintaining struggle. The life is totally struggle. And we feel this is happiness. So Vedanta says we are all fooled by ourselves. So we have to understand the real happiness. The real happiness, the permanent happiness is possible by each one of us. So that is what it says. So then that means liking is bad or disliking is bad. Then we don't want to like anything in the world or dislike or anything in the world. No, it is not telling that. Vedanta distinguishes likings and dislikings in two ways. So all our likings are binding likings, binding desires. So now we leave the word liking, we call it as a desire. Desire is there. The desire is nothing but liking only. So I have a binding desire is there. The binding desire only Vedanta says you should not have a binding desire. A binding desire gives you trouble. For example, what is binding desire? Let us understand. A binding desire, for example, a smoker. A smoker cannot stop smoking. So today morning, if he has not spoken, he will get a headache and he will get irritated. He will jump on so many people. He get angry because daily 20 cigarettes he has to smoke. It is a binding attachment to him for smoking. So that means initially he started liking and then it has become attachment is so firm and it disturbs. If it is not available, it disturbs. So that means liking you should have, but why you had so much of this one binding? You have binding, this one is there. Suppose say another person is there, we take them to ice cream. So we say he likes chocolate, generally chocolate ice cream. So we go there and we say there is no chocolate ice cream, vanilla is there. So he will say, okay, vanilla, I will take it. That means he does not have a binding desire, only chocolate ice cream. Otherwise, I don't want to eat vanilla. So you can have desire, but you should not get attached to that desire so much. So only that if it is not there, I am not going to be happy. So that is called binding desire. So we should have all the things and we should have a non-binding desire like a chocolate ice cream to vanilla ice cream. Anything is okay. If coffee is there, okay. If tea is there, okay. If I don't drink coffee, I will get headache. Who has become slave to whom? I, 60 kg Prasad of 66 years, has become a slave for a cup of coffee. If I don't get a cup of coffee with the same taste and same heat, same milk, same sugar, I get upset. That means coffee is shaking me. Coffee has become boss to me. So the attachment has gone so much. So that attachment so much, what happened is called binding desire. Vedanta says, don't drink coffee, nobody says. Don't drink ice cream, nobody says. Don't go to a movie, nobody says. Vedanta will not say, whatever you are doing, don't get attached to so much. So that means how to achieve that is becoming a problem. So enlightenment means enlightenment is throwing light on attachment, throwing light on likes and dislikes. Throwing light means analyzing on our likes and dislikes. So that will give us how to come away from the detachment, how to come away from attachment. So that is called Viveka. When the mind is working with Viveka, I'm not getting attached to anything, but I use everything. So I'm not a sannyasi. I'm not leaving everything. I'm going away or something. No, you use everything, but you are not getting attached to any of the thing. So enlightened person also has desire, and non-enlightened person also has desire. Enlightened person has a desire. He doesn't have a choice particularly. He is not making. He is having choicelessness. So dosa is there. Masala dosa only I want. I don't want plain dosa. I don't want masala rava dosa. Like that. So many likes I am attached. Everything I am attached. A small thing is attached. I am just giving you small examples. And big things are my power I have attached. My everything is attached. Everything is shaking me, and everything is troubling me, and every trouble is giving me pain. But still I feel I have to achieve, because I already expectation set up. I have to achieve this. And throughout pain only I achieve. After getting also I get pain only. And I simply say it is happiness. While struggling to get the house, how much struggle you have done? Morning to evening you may be working, saving money, foregoing your enjoyment. So foregoing so many hard work and getting scolding from the boss, getting that promotion, getting saving. So not going to holidays, not going to with your children and all, and saved a lot of money. So all the struggles you have undergone and all the pain you have taken in order to get into the house getting. That means till getting house you have struggled only. Now after getting the house, you are struggling to pay EMI. Where is the happiness in between? Where was the happiness? So our ego feels that I have achieved something. That achieved something only gives you happiness. But that feeling only is there. But rest of that thing you are struggled only. Because you are attached so much. So every small thing we are attached, and every big thing also we are attached. An enlightened person also have an attachment. He does not have a particular choice. So how to create a choicelessness living is very important. The enlightened person, desires is not controlling him. Desire comes, he fulfills the desire with many options, not only one option. Any of the option is okay for him. So he fulfills and enjoys the life continuously, because he is not putting pressure. Don't come, I don't like this. The putting pressure, don't like, I don't want. So that means putting pressure means you are already unhappiness. If somebody puts more pressure, you get angry, you get jealous, you get all the arishad vargas, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, masa. All this is coming because the opposite pressure becomes more. You get all these things within you. So you have to feel this. So that means what is Jnani does that is he fulfills every desire. You fulfill. Most of the time we also do the fulfilling of our desire. My expectation is I want to get into 40-60 site, 2,400 square foot land and house and all these things. But my income level and my struggle is not possible. Finally I settle for 30-40. See, now also I compromised. So that compromise with unhappiness I have compromised. I want a beautiful Sridevi as my wife, or beautiful Shah Rukh Khan or somebody as my husband. But we don't get. But my expectation is that, and after that we compromise. So that means every time I put a high expectation and then compromise, thereby I am not able to get the happiness. Whereas a Jnani, he will not set such expectation at all. He knows that what all the expectation may not be possible to get. So, okay, this comes, okay, that comes, okay. So that is the jnani, that is the enlightenment. So that means there will be no hard attachment will not be there. But most of the things every time we are forced to accept. So everything we are accepting, but after struggle we are accepting. So without struggle, when you start accepting, so that becomes a choiceless acceptance. That means before only you have choice. The choice you are not selecting whatever comes in your way. So without much judgment you take it, because choicefully whatever you collect also, so you will not be able to get your own choice. So you are going to get a lesser choice item by struggle, acceptance, without heart in that. You wanted to buy a BMW car, but you end up in Honda City. But your mind always thinks Honda City is not good, BMW is good. And you run that car for 10 years, total with unhappiness only you are running the car. So where is the problem? So we have to understand that. So all my expectations after struggle, I settle for a lesser expectation. After struggle, I expect. After force, I accept. So without force, without struggle, in the first instance only, can you accept? That is called Vairagya. So that is called the detachment is there. The Vairagya dispassion not only means freedom from attachment, but also freedom from aversion also. So Vairagya is a freedom from attachment, and we cannot say freedom from dislike. If you too much dislike, you may have to live with the same colleague for another 10 years. You may have to live with the same boss for another 10 years. If you too much dislike, every day becomes hell for you. You don't have any option. Otherwise, you have to resign the job and go, or you have to take transfer and go. Not possible. When nothing is possible and still you start disliking, aversion is there on that person, your life becomes miserable. So, not only towards attachment, you should have Vairagya. That means Vairagya not only towards attachment, Vairagya should be there for the dislike also. For that dislike also, you should have detachment. That means you should not have so much of attachment towards dislike. That means I don't like this person, I hate like this person. Like this person, when you say, that is an attachment. Duryodhana is the most person always chanted Krishna word, Krishna name. Not others were not chanting Krishna name. So Duryodhana, while sleeping, while eating, all the time he is remembering Krishna. So because he disliked Krishna, so he is remembering always. If you dislike a boss, continuously it troubles you. So even in sleep it comes. So detachment is, or Vairagya is from strong dislike also. You should not have strong dislike. Strong dislike having, from that also you have to have a detachment. And strong liking also you have to have a detachment. That is called Vairagya. Is it possible? Yes, possible. That is what most of the time we accept after struggle. After 3 months I accept. Suppose there is a death happens. Suppose a son has failed in the school, college, or could not get a proper seat. So anyway, you are going to live with that. But by that time you will be scolding the son, making jumping in the family, scolding everybody and struggling, making the unhappy family. And that already stain is removed. And onwards, the child will not start liking you. You are also not liking yourself. And you may repent 100 times. What is the use? You are not taken the stock of the situation. And this is the best available at that position. You have to accept. Now you are accepting after 3 months. Yeah, his capacity is only so much. He could only pass like that. What can we do? Let us see. In this only we will do. But after 3 months, after making damage, you are going to accept. Most of our things in life we are accepting after creating the damage. After a certain period of time, we are accepting. Why not we accept immediately? That is Viveka. So you don't wait for a long time. Don't make damage and then accept. So there it is called Viveka. When Viveka comes, immediately detachment comes. So you will be seeing your son is more important than your son's happiness is more important. Okay, you didn't get into IIT, something else you got into. Okay. So there immediately you settle. So no cribbing onwards after that. Cribbing, can you go back to IIT possible? Not possible. Already over, 1 year over. You can't keep the son to sit in the high house. Not possible. So like that, everything is like that only. So after cribbing, after struggle, we accept. This is not a good thing. That is why we are unhappy. So the unhappiness is created by us only. So we have to understand this. So that is called aversion has to be, strong aversion should not be there. So most of the times another thing is we have aversion. That means I want to run away from that. So running away means I don't like this office. I don't like this friend. I am running away from him. Running away from him is called Vairagya, we think. See, I have come out of that. No, it is not Vairagya. You have only physically run away from there. Mentally still trouble is going on. So that is not called Vairagya. So with Viveka, with conscious mind only you have to come out. That is what it is called Vairagya. So aversion is not a this one. So we have to have likes and dislikes, but it should not pull my mind away from myself. This is the careful sentence you have to understand. What is happening? Our struggle is why we are absent-minded, why we are not able to concentrate, why we don't have chitta ekagrata. Anything we can't, either we go back to past, either we go back to future, because my dislikes and likes are pulling me. Pulling my means who? This body it is pulling? No. It is pulling my mind from the present moment. So that's why I am not able to enjoy the present. I will either go back to past or either I will go back to future. So the strong likes and dislikes, whatever is there. So if you get Vairagya, you can enjoy the present moment. As long as you are not getting into Vairagya understanding, so your strong dislikes and likes will pull you away your mind from you, and you are absent-minded living, you are doing it throughout life. Either you lived in the yesterday or either you lived in the future, but today, this moment, you have not lived at all. So all the 100 years you lived like that only. Then if somebody asks whether you lived, oh, I lived 100 years. Where you lived? You lived in the past or in the future, not in the present. The living in the present is called as living, not in the past, not in the future. So whether in the fear, whether in the worry, if we are living, it is not a life. It is an unhappy life. It is a painful life. It is a struggle life. We are all doing the same thing, struggling, crying. So this is not a life. So there is a life, Vedanta says. It is possible to be happy. The possible to be living here and now. Right now you can start living. That is what possibilities are there. So when you are living with your mind, that means you come to consciousness. So you can be very quickly become happy. So how to come to consciousness? We have to contemplate on the mind activities. So when mind activity, when you concentrate, and you will be able to analyze and discriminate. That means Viveka. What is right, wrong, everything when you start discriminating. So then your likes and dislikes will not troubling you. Then thereby you are coming to Vairagya. That is the methodology to come to Vairagya. So there is always a fascination in our mind for physical pleasures, physical achievement, and physical accomplishment. But we forget physical accomplishment, physical this one are temporarily joy. Immediately it can give you, but your mind may not even enjoy the physical happiness also, physical pleasure also. Suppose a nice 5-star hotel dinner, somebody is taking you also, a beautiful restaurant, beautiful foods are available there also. If your mind is not there, physical pleasure of eating also not possible. So, but we struggle to achieve physical pleasures, physical achievements, physical accomplishment, but forgetting our mind. Forgetting our mind, where is the mind? We don't know. Somewhere it is lost. So, with that, everything we are achieving, with the lost mind, everything achieved, you can't enjoy also. You are not enjoying your achievements also. So, you have to catch hold of the mind. The mind should be there in your basket first. And for the mind, you have to teach Viveka. Then you will be able to live here and now, present moment, living in the present. So living in the present automatically gives you happiness. So that is what says Vedanta. So living in the present is called Vairagya. It is not running away from wife, husband, family, struggles. No. Struggles will be there. Struggles will be there, but struggles should not trouble you. That is the way you have to manage your life. So it requires discriminative analysis. So discrimination is what? We have to understand all my physical things cannot give permanent happiness. That means a jamun can give 5 minutes happiness, a car can give 10 years happiness, a house can give 25 years happiness. So when you have the capability of fixing this, these are all short-lived happiness. So then whenever you accept and acquire the happiness, you are not expecting a permanent happiness from all these things. You know that it is temporary. So for the temporary happiness, your sensations will not be so much getting attached. So when you think everything is permanent and then get attached to the happiness, so your attachment becomes strong and you will be getting into trouble. So all these achievements, all these things are conditional attachments, conditional happiness. Suppose I love you, you love me because of this. If you behave like this, I love you. If you don't behave like this, I am not loving you. That means my happiness is based on conditions. I don't know how to live happily. All my happiness based on conditions. If bisi bele bath is in this color, this taste, then only I will be happy. If bisi bele bath goes, one of the vegetable is missing, the color is becoming dim, and you are not able to enjoy happy. So you are living in your expectation. You are not living in the present moment. Your expectation bisi bele bath has not come to you. The present bisi bele bath you are not enjoying. Then when are you enjoying the life? So this is what says. So it is all conditional happiness only we feel the happiness. The conditional happiness, meeting the conditions for the happiness only, becoming a struggle for us. So how long you will struggle? When are you enjoying the happiness? Never. So Viragaha and Vivekaha is the very two important aspects of life. So this gives you so much. of freedom and happiness. Therefore, presence of mind is very important. It is not created by the object. It is not created by the things. It is created in your Viveka. It is created, your understanding creates you happiness. Nothing else creates you this one. So, I find that happiness I acquired today as a result of hard work. And that is a condition. That means in order to get that happiness, I have to work hard. Work hard is a condition. So, conditional acquiring happiness makes you temporarily happiness. So, we have to very clearly understand. The proper understanding is called as Viveka. We have to understand that everything in the world is limited. That means a permanent happiness not possible by a limited thing. A jamun can be a limited thing. A one jamun can be limited. I will give you 5 jamun, then you will get aversion. How much you are putting, you start becoming angry. You liked the first jamun, second jamun also you liked. When I put the 10th jamun, you are becoming angry. Because one jamun has given you happiness, limited jamun. So I want to make you that's unlimited. So I want to give you unlimited number of jamun. But unlimited number of things cannot give you happiness. It has not given. You become angry. So unlimited things, anything, for that money also, house, property, name, fame, anything. Initially it looks you are liking, but it starts giving you burden. Immediately you get angry. So a limited things gives you limited happiness. Unlimited things cannot give you unlimited happiness. So whereas Vedanta says your mind should become to infinite. Finite thing, if you are looking finite, happiness only comes. When your mind can go to understand the infinite things. Infinite thing is your Atma Jnana. The finite thing is your physical body, your mind behavior is finite thing. Your Atma Jnana is a permanent knowledge. Whereas on the body, if you learn today my body is 60 kg, tomorrow it may become 70 kg. It is a changing knowledge. So my mind is yesterday calm, today is not calm, tomorrow is very calm. So that means a changing mind is there. So you cannot understand a changing mind and changing body. So we are spending lot of time and money and our part of 100 years into understanding our body mind only. But we have never understood our Atma. Atma Swarupa we are not understood. So we are not come in contact with our consciousness. The consciousness coming in contact is called as happiness. That is Viveka. That is Vairagya. With that only you get permanent happiness. So therefore permanent thing is a possible thing. So that means our Swamiji, our Guru used to tell, my Guru used to tell, so likes, we have two types of channels, like a channel. For example, when Doordarshan was there, Doordarshan 1 and Doordarshan 2, only 2 channels were there. Like that, in our world also, in our mind also, there are 2 channels are presented to us. One is the whole world is presented to us, our mind. Another one is self-knowledge, self. But our mind selects the world channel. But the self channel it rejects. Because it is not possible to see self channel. So we see the world channel, we go behind the world. Everybody is going behind the world, I am also going behind the world. So thereby everybody is unhappy, I am also unhappy. Who is happy? You go and ask anybody, they may put a drama, I am very happy, very enjoyable. You go and see when they are alone, they are crying themselves. They don't want, they put a drama. They artificially smile. So otherwise they would have become a Viveka, Jnani and all, then they may be happy. So the self channel we are switching off. The world channel only we are seeing. So whereas coming to Vedanta means world channel once in a while you can see. Come to self channel. So self channel is Atma Jnana. When you come to self channel, you can quickly change that channel to self channel. Because when you come to self channel, what happens? Psychological security comes. So in the world channel, physical security you are creating, like insurance, house, bank balance, number of people, so many things, physical security you are creating. In spite of lot of physical security, you have also a feeling. If all the security goes, there is a fear is there. So always you feel insecure. My wife whether loves or not, my husband loves or not, insecure feeling continuously is there. So the psychological insecure feeling, with that if you are living, you will never be happy. So whereas when you come to self channel, all other physical security, even if it is there or not there also, psychologically you become secure. Psychological security comes to you, thereby you start living happily. So these channels are called as Vairagya. So which channel you have to make Vairagya? World channel or the self channel? We are conveniently made a self channel as Vairagya. We are not attempting to that. So there is a disappointment and frustration in spite of so much of achievement. Because the limited things can give you a limited happiness. So our expectation is unrealistic expectation, unrealistic demands on the limited things is there. That's why we are frustrated. So another thing you should learn is happiness cannot be created. Happiness is there within you. See, for example, you want to get a car. After getting you are happy. This is very carefully listen, very beautiful. Immediately you will get Jnanodaya. You get enlightened. Whatever I am giving you explanation. Suppose you want a car, so you are struggling to get a car. So then when you get a car, you become happy. No doubt you become happy. So you feel that car has made you happy. Vedanta then analyzes, it is not the car has made you happy. The pressure of acquiring the car now has over. So that means you are struggling to get a car all these days. That pressure is making you unhappy and the struggle and very tired, everything is happening. The moment you get the car, you feel happy because struggle is fulfilled. But first of all, struggle who has created? Your own desire has created. So your desire creation before, there was no struggle. That means originally there was happiness, there was there with you. So the happiness you have there before desire of car coming, there was happiness was there. Then the desire comes. Until achieving, there is a struggle is happening. After achieving, car has not given you. The achievement of the car, the struggle is over. The struggle is over only is giving you happiness. That means the struggle is over means you have come back to your originality. So come back to the originality has given you the happiness, not the car. So everything in life is like that. So when we come back to our originality, we are happy. Suppose I eat a very spicy food. So I get a severe stomach pain. So before stomach pain, I was happy only. I was not having any pain. I'm enjoying my life. Everything is there. Now after eating the spicy food, stomach pain has come. I struggled for 3 days. After 3 days, stomach pain is reduced. Now I'll say, Abba, pain has gone. Now I am very happy. That means 3 days before you were happy only. 3 days struggle, who has created? You have only created. So that means in order to get a happiness, you have understood always you create a trouble and then you feel that one moment happiness. But before the stomach pain coming, you were healthy only. Your stomach was good. You are enjoying only. Now only stomach pain is reduced 90%. Now I am very happy. Now very relaxed. This is my mind. The play of my mind is happening. So with this play of my mind, my happiness definitions are created. And always I am unhappy because of this. Having worldly analysis of experiences, achievements, and sometimes we say what I should do. This is my karma. This is my that, this. It is nothing that you are not able to analyze. You are not able to get Viveka. And Viveka, when you comes, what is limited? Coffee can give you 10 minutes happiness. Jamun can give you 15 minutes happiness. A car can give you 1 year happiness. Wife can give you children, spouse, so many years happiness. So you will be Viveka, you understand. From this I am expecting a permanent happiness is I am a fool. So you will understand. So that means your expectation of getting permanent happiness from the temporary things, finite things, limited things will reduce. Your expectation itself will reduce. You fix the expectation very limited. Finally, when you understand Viveka, you don't set any expectation at all. You're just using the things. You are getting the things, you are using the things, you are comfortable presently. That's all. Either you are not going to future, you are not going to past. You start living present living, you will be there. So happiness is already there in you, but it is manifest, not manifested. Like a sunlight is there, the cloud has covered. When cloud has gone, sunlight again has come. That means sunlight was not there, sun was also there, sunlight was also there, but only the cloud was covered. When the cloud has moved away, you get the same brightness, same sun is visible. Similarly, happiness is like that. Only my expectation is a cloud. When that expectation is fulfilled, that cloud moves. When expectation, after that you set another expectation. You are not allowing the happiness to be permanently available. Once this expectation is fulfilled, temporarily the expectation cloud has gone. Temporarily you get an unhappy happiness. And immediately you set another expectation. Again, the happiness is clouded. You are not able to enjoy the old happiness. So this is what the happiness analysis happens. So the manifestation of happiness, we are not working. So we have to learn about Viveka. So lot of things are there. Anyway, some other time I will do that. Our pleasures of the world cannot satisfy us. So this is also a big Vedanta says. Maybe some other day we can talk on Vedanta, on the dispassion. So dispassion is running after objects. No. Dispassion is not running after objects. Cessation of running. Cessation and stopping of running towards the object. So that is also a dispassion. I could have explained in all these things. Time is this one. Some other time we'll take up another subject, another day of this, and then we'll get into that. Whatever in Bhagavad Gita and all, some of the things are there. Anyway, first you understand Vairagya is our Viveka will give the Vairagya. Vairagya means I am not getting attached. I am becoming choiceless. I am becoming choiceless and having all the choice accepting. So that becomes more happiness. When you understand that happiness, choiceless happiness, when you are able to enjoy. So you are already in a Vairagya and Viveka has come into picture. So you know that limited things will give you limited happiness. That is also Vairagya. So with all these things, so whatever Vedanta has analyzed all these things in the happiness and Vairagya and our life happiness. What is permanent happiness? Everything is analyzed. So with this I conclude today's topic, and very useful. Your mindset will definitely change. So God bless you. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.